What's happening, people? Welcome to WRESTHINGS podcast. This podcast is brought to you by the Mandem at MANSCAPED. They've just released their new Lawnmower 4.0, not 1.0, not 2.0, not 3.0, 4.0. Make sure you guys use our discount code, the Mandem, for 20% off and for free shipping. And bruh, say thank you to your balls because I'm not trying to cut my balls off, so you shouldn't cut your balls off. Big up the Mandem. They've got some amazing boxes as well. Big up Manscaped. Make sure you guys enjoy the episode and we'll see you guys soon. Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the WRESTHINGS podcast, the Kenny Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow!
Is my hat properly? My hat right?
Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Is my hat right? Do I look alright? I don't know. I'm thinking of Sophia London.
Yeah, man.
Did you watch it recently?
Yeah, I watched it. Bro, I can't lie. I feel like.
You can always tell when Ladies watch something recently. Yeah.
I'll talk about it. Yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I feel like there's bare Nigerian films that I've watched back now, and I feel like they've what's the word I'm looking for? They've lost this. It's lost this thing, fam.
It's flavour.
Yes, yeah. Like I watched National. Do you know how lost?
Good films now.
Do you know Sophia in London was?
Yeah.
It's joke, but I watched it back
Sophia
now.
London?
Yeah, I watched it back now. I'm like,
But
nah.
then, come on, like.
At the time, I was like, oh, this is fun. This is jokes.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I think it's still funny, but I mean, if we're talking like in terms of like film quality, it's a shit film.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but
Like, but do you remember Two Rats? Do you remember Two Rats? Also, Akin Popo.
Yeah.
Two Rats. Do you remember that film? Yeah. That film is still flipping funny, bro.
I need you to put
Tom
me
and
some
Jerry.
Nollywood, bro, because I want to
put you on. I'll put you on.
Tom and Jerry slaps
on.
Tom and Jerry, I am one. I remember the song. The song was a banger, you know.
Mr. Ibu as well, fam.
Mr. Ibu.
I don't know this one. Yeah.
Too funny, fam.
Still there.
Horse was there.
A lot of them have lost this novelty.
Yeah.
Is that because they've got a bigger budget now?
No.
I think it's a budget thing.
I don't think it's a budget because, bro, I can watch because in my spare time, if I'm just chilling, I'll go watch all like Christian, like Nollywood films, innit? Like the one where they pray in the name of Jesus. The demons in this.
No, it's
It's got to be the glory.
God be the glory.
That's in the
Yeah,
podcast.
God be the glory. Yeah, God be the glory. Have we got an episode called to God be the glory though?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it was Roman Catholic. I don't know.
No, we got one time ago to go. Yeah. I'm sure.
Because you see the way they'll bring out the cross, fam. The pastor be ready, fam. Like a strap.
Hey, when they do the power one, yeah, I love it, fam.
The bad budget made the demons look scary, you know?
Do you know what it is?
Bad budget.
Yeah.
It's a budget. I'm telling you, it's the
It's
budget.
imagination, innit?
Well, do you know the budget alone, bro.
No, but it's the music.
It's the music, bro. It's the production. The production alone. And do you know what it is as well, yeah? It's the fact that you like, even though you've watched it so many times, yeah, there's certain things that stick in your head. The music, bro. Like they have a certain theme song, bro. That when the demons coming through.
The one note.
Fam, the best, man. But the new Nollywood films are, bro. I watched one on Netflix about it's about a cult. So all these boys, like one of their friends wanted to like make money like them. It's like a bit like Billionaires Boys Club, but it's more different. And he joins a cult and he realizes what he has to do in that cult, so he tries to back out. And after eventually, he goes to someone, goes to a pastor. It's probably good, like high quality, like Hollywood film, fam. I'll try and find it for
The
you.
new
man,
ones
so.
are quite good.
New ones are good, yeah, but some of them are a bit too corny, like.
I mean, but it's trying to follow like the American tropes of like, it's trying to be like an American Nollywood spot.
Yeah, but they're on Netflix now, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's a couple I've seen.
Have you seen the one with the guy that falls in love with the girl in his dreams? So there's a guy that he works on some big company, yeah, and he goes whenever he goes to sleep, yeah, he's talking to his spiritual wife, innit? So one day he's at work and she actually walks into the workplace, but she's actually. But he thinks that what's mad that he thinks that she doesn't know who he is, but eventually she goes, I've known you for so long, you're my blah blah. The guy goes, oh shit. So eventually they end up doing their thing, schmeating and stuff, yeah. So one day he goes home.
Meeting someone in
Yeah, he schmeets someone. No, but in real life though. So she's now there in real life, innit? So he schmeets her. So now that he's gone back home one day, yeah. And she's at home with his wife. The woman's in the house with the wife. And she goes, what? He goes, what are you doing here? And after he has to act like he didn't know who she was, innit? But in the end, basically, I think the guy had to collapse himself, innit? In real life, you have to basically like get rid of himself. And after eventually he went back into the spiritual world. It's very complicated, but it's a good film still. It's not scary though. It's not scary though. It's not scary though.
Sounded like Goku.
I can't. That spiritual wife stuff is real though. That spiritual stuff life is real though. I can't lie, it's real still. You gotta be careful, man.
What's your star sign? Yeah.
I know what.
Not involved.
I don't do them to you. Are you one of them? Are you one of them?
Star sign's Jesus, bro. Star sign is Jesus.
I don't know.
Everybody blow your trumpet.
I don't know. Not that one of them. Not one of them. Pass me the Shank, I'll shank one of them. Hey, yo, that Google. I big up Google. Pass me the Shank, I'll shank one of them. I don't shank, but yeah. Episode 97 of Wrestling Podcast.
I remember I found out my friend was a witch, you know.
What?
Yeah, come on.
Now you tell us. Wait. Before you do this, is this a closed case? Because I don't want you.
Oh no, don't worry. We are not alliance. There's no alliance anymore.
No, but I don't tear the podcast. My God is strong, but I don't have to go through the battle, fam. So let me tell you something.
That's how we'll now be chilling and then.
Jimmy, wait, after the podcast, please, I'll beg you, please.
Okay, yeah, after the podcast.
I know you've been loading on the DM. You've been loading. So wait for it. So yeah, episode 97 of the Wrestlers Podcast.
Make some noise for 97. Woo! Let's go!
Yeah. Fam, I was on the train, yeah. I was on the train yesterday, and I think so.
We outlasted them.
We have still.
Wait, how many takeovers have there been?
35.
I was saying, I was on the train, I was thinking to myself, I feel like we should come up with a new slogan, innit? I think we should just call our slogan should be chat to us, because I feel like.
What the man and by the man?
I mean, that's one of them, but we should have another one called thingy, chat to us. So, as in, if you're a big wrestling fan, I don't care if you've watched it in the 90s, you've watched it in wherever, come and chat to us, bro. Even today, what's random? That guy that's been Tamura, big up Tamura, man. He DM'd you, the one that DM's WRESTHINGS account. You've been shouting to him still. He does cause.
Oh, cause, yeah. Big him up every single time.
He knows Brad, fam.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so he's DM'd Brad. He's messaged Brad on Instagram. Goes, oh, you know the guy from WRESTHINGS? Yeah. So he sent it to me. I was like, bro, who is that? So he's now DM'd us. And I was like, so I just feel like, bro, another one of the slogans adding on is, bro, chat to us, man. Chat to us, man. Open to us, man. Chat to us, man. By the man and for the man, chat to us. Yeah, me.
Coolest wrestling podcast in the world.
Trust me, fam.
No, like that.
But yeah,
Forbidden door been open.
it's always been open.
Always open.
It's always been. Do you know who's the Forbidden Door King that I realised this week, fam? Mex.
Yeah, Mex.
No, I mean as in obviously from time, but the last episode cemented it, fam. Last episode cemented
last
it.
podcast.
Yeah, it was good still. The NXT guys, NXT for the future. Yeah, they were back to they were good, man. Back to the future. But yeah, it's a Nafi, the full professional, formerly known as the VHS Pappy, the vintage ass bidding. I got a 6 Stone Cold Steve Austin top coming very soon. I'm gonna reveal that. The white t-shirt wearing, not today though, but yeah, the Mandem inside. Yeah, go on.
I thought he was gonna say, when I say guap, you say daddy. But yo, it's your boy Laps, the main event living, champagne sipper. Back again for that wrestle talk, that smack talk, that Kenny Omega talk, that get WRESTHINGS to 1K subscribers talk. Now you can big up your man.
Jim Jones.
When I say guap, you say daddy. Guap.
Daddy.
Guap.
Daddy.
Strong style rating, leg drop hating, big back robbing, Chris Jericho loving, son of a gun, it's your boy Adelboy, aka Soul Lee, aka Pro Guap Tees, aka the Nostalgia Police, aka the Dictator, aka I'm not gonna lie, God forgive me if I bust my nine. Let's go. It's your boy Sam Blacks. It's your boy Sam Blacks, Mr. Controversial, Underdone, Viscera Top 5 Alive. Oh my God, Viscera Top 5 Dead or Alive, man. Mr. 150 million %, Mr. Hot Takes, Roly Poly, I guess. Go. Fucking hell, I'm here. Let's go.
Yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, aka the hood Japanese correspondent, aka the CEO, the president, the commissioner of the TDM, Tokyo Dome Merchants. We in the building.
See, when NK talks, so it's like he's talking to a girl, you get me? It's your boy. Fam, you see the thing is, I feel like I'm not busting clocked it. Bro, as soon as NK gets to the mic, he starts smiling. You know, I'm thinking, I've seen you do this somewhere. I've seen you do this somewhere. I'm not sure if it's beep or if it's when you went to beep, but I've seen you do this in the flesh. Bro,
you know the ones where he sends a timestamp. Not here.
He's rubbing his hands. I'm thinking this guy.
Bro, he sends a timestamp when he starts talking so they can see.
Trust me.
I guess what the fuck?
The man of the hour. Look, the man of the hour too sweet to be sour.
You know, NK keeps his
I'm up to no good.
I hear method acting, I hear it.
I'm very shy, bro. Anyways.
Do you know? Go hit me, bro. Hit me, bro.
What's going on? It's your boy Lucha V, aka VRSYJNES, aka the Married Masked Man from South London, the best part of London, home of the roadside G's. We're here, we're in the building, make up all the masked Mandem. We're here. Let's do this.
Who's that jumping out the sky?
I nearly lost breath in that.
Trust me, fam.
Time. I mean, he's our friend. He's our brother. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello. Okay.
Jimmy, do you know what it is? I can't lie to you, yeah? After all you've been saying on the feet, I need to come with some mad promo, you know. Let's cut a promo on everyone. Give it to me. I want 96 bars of revenge.
I have tried to come up with the intro for myself, so let's see how it goes.
We're going.
I am the Congolese
Hey,
United.
that's wait, that phone case is legit, fam. What the hell is that?
Yeah, man.
That's a Ricochet, fam. That's a
My family. What's up? My killy.
No. Good.
Okay. Well,
I've got it written down.
Man's got the notes ready. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, wait, you want to tag team today?
no. Well, let's just see how it goes. But anyway,
Go.
my intro is, I need to do this. It's the not to be debated, always opinionated, jabroni beating, Babylon defeating, 100% North London, live is one at the function, keeping the hours groovy. If you don't like it, sue me. Oh, damn it.
Shit. No, but I was there though.
I had a bit of bounce to it though, innit?
Yeah, give me.
It's the not to be debated, always opinionated, jabroni beating, Babylon defeating, 100% North London, live is one at the function, keeping the hours groovy. If you don't like it, sue me. Groovy Jimmy 97.
I like that.
All right.
I like that. But Jimmy, do you know another thing I want to talk to you though, Jimmy? Like, I'm trying to get your branding right. Like, I need a picture from you, fam.
Okay.
I just rocked. I wanted to upload it. Nah.
Now?
You know why? Because man, them need to know who they're debating. Do you get it? Like, man, message me like, oh, wait, who's Jimmy? Bro, I'm like, bro, Jimmy's the truth, fam. But you just got to get on level terms with him. You get me?
Yeah.
So Jimmy, say your shit, fam.
Okay, all right. I will.
Tonight, I want to see a picture, bro.
Tonight.
I can't lie. You need to leave Avi Twitter, fam.
Yeah, it's done. Avi Twitter's done. Do you know you're in now?
You need to
establish yourself as the. Do you get what I mean?
It's wartime then, basically.
Not wartime, but we
you need to leave
Avi. That's when it becomes war. Like that's when it becomes.
But what are you saying on Twitter for you to be warring people?
Yeah,
No.
He does a lot. There's no need. There's no need.
Jimmy, don't hide.
I'll take it. No.
You're part of for the Mandem Twitter.
Yeah,
You don't need
yeah.
You don't have to. You have to be like the rest of these people.
Yeah.
Especially after the effort that we did last week about
The thing
cussing
is,
these people.
Yeah.
You don't have to be. You know what I'm saying?
disassociate
It was nothing to do with you, by the way.
No. I know. It was bad branding. I got atted by someone. They were like, "Oh, this is for you," and I was like, "For me?" Jamie.
Jamie.
Was like, no, but I think he was joking.
Yeah,
but I
Jamie.
was like, "Wait, what?"
We need to leave them, innit?
Yeah, leave them, man.
Because mistaken identity type shit.
Trust me,
You know what I'm
trust me.
saying?
Yeah.
I think your intention could be like, you just like the picture. That was me last year after Brody died.
Yeah.
He was my picture.
Yeah, for time. Yeah.
Everybody was getting onto me. Like any wrestling opinion, people just cussing me.
Oh.
And someone, I think I must have done a take, and I was like, "Bro, why are you guys arguing with me? Like, I don't care." And then Chidera just said, "It's because you've got a wrestling picture."
Yeah, it's true.
Fair enough. I mean, it makes sense now.
I understand. But I'm not gonna. Oh, sorry.
No. So people need to see your face because a lot of these men are not showing their face for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they shook.
No, because for reasons.
Because they're ugly.
Oh.
No, wait, not even okay.
For the record, I'm not ugly and I'm not short.
No, but like we can see.
Oh God,
You're not an emoji.
No, but we can. No, you're different, bro. Come on, man.
see, you're
Like,
not
bro,
an emoji.
firstly, I would like if you. Okay, for example, you put a picture up of let's say Brock Lesnar or something. That's something like, bro, what the fuck? Like, who's this guy? Do you get what I mean? But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do in it. But personally, Jimmy, it's time to graduate. Graduate.
Okay.
Come out,
Come out, fam. Avi Twitter, fam. Done.
But I like when people at me
The
on
streets
Twitter.
don't love you and Avi.
Trust me, fam.
Okay. I like when people at me and they think that I don't know what I'm talking about because it's like, okay, cool.
Once you put the picture there, no one can at you. I don't think I understand. There's power in the picture.
I think I want to be at it, I think that's my
Why?
problem. I like.
You're a
peace.
suicide bomber. That's what it is.
That's the Jimmy is the meme. I don't want peace. I want problems always. That's Jimmy.
And that film was jokes, you know.
I don't want peace.
Yeah, it's a Ghanaian film still.
I need to watch
It's
that.
just like a Magneto or
I
something.
think it's mixed. I think it's mixed, you know. It's a mixed Nigerian and Ghanaian cast.
Yeah?
Still, yeah.
Okay. fair enough. Okay, but Avi will be done.
Yeah, today.
Tonight.
Promise me, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. And you went a legit top as well. So
Yeah, man.
where'd you get that from?
WWE.
Not even wearing a singlet. Take
No,
off the
wait,
hoodie.
no, wait. Who's that
Take
singlet?
off the hoodie, fam.
It's
Jeez! Hey, I know what to chuck in this guy still. Yeah. But on the singlet, you know, I respect it still.
Whoever.
He said, "Don't bet." Where'd you get that from?
the WWE
Domestic
shop.
violence.
Where was that?
It's in the. It was in like a little retro.
The same one.
They have
Recently.
No, this was a time ago.
Cause I'm saying like the design on, because obviously like I'm looking at the ring. What's it called again? What's the neck in it?
Huh?
The neck here is very like it's very old school. I like that.
Yeah,
fam.
it's a
The new
retro
WWE
stuff.
tops look like it looks like they done this when they printed out. Jump, they rip you around, fam.
It comes down. And
Trust me, like
Looking
any
like
gill
a
done.
V-neck,
But that one looks nice still.
Man, thank you.
Looks nice, man.
I like your one as well, man.
Safe, man. I
Where'd you
had to
get
bid
that
for, bro, Depot, man. Every night, fam.
Oh yeah.
That's why I send you guys in the group chat. You man, never buy it, fam.
You sent the Sean one. The don't
Sean,
cut
that,
what
bro,
you can't
2 for
kill.
£40,
Bro.
fam. You man are just sleeping, fam.
I'm definitely sleeping. I've got
The
no
one I
question.
really need is the Eddie Guerrero one. It's like Scarface thing.
I've got that.
Oh,
Sure.
the Latino one.
I've got that.
yeah,
I can find you that. I can find you though.
Bro,
No, that's from WWE shop. That's
WWE
what
shop. You can get WWE shop, but if you want if you want old school like WWE like ruthless aggression, I can get you that as well.
Oh yeah.
But go WWE shop is cheaper.
Okay. Yeah. No, but no, they've done a mad tax thing now. Now
so-
it's a bit more expensive.
Don't WWE have a Euro shop anymore?
Yeah,
but it's that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they got.
That's what I got.
Actually, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AEW. I can't. Yeah, okay, let's go AEW shop. Yeah, quickly. Yeah. I tried to buy a Kenny Omega top on there. Yeah. And they have. I don't know if anyone's bought anything from AEW. Let me know.
I think
Comment below. I don't know which one to buy.
Logan's got a couple still.
He's got a couple. I don't know what he bought because there's different. There's classic and premium.
Oh, the quality of the TV.
Yeah, I don't know which one's the best.
And
Mex.
Mex has got the Sting top in it.
Yeah. Let me know, guys, man.
I mean, I'm guessing premium is better.
No,
quality.
but there's a difference though. So cool. You get premium top, yeah, but the body will be slender. You know what I mean? It fits your body.
Oh, okay.
I want
I
bag.
hear
I want baggy. I want.
You want baggy?
I want in the mid. I want to be in the middle. Do you know what I mean, bro?
So maybe get the premium, but just a size up in it. But then again, you don't want it to come and
In the bare baggy and my neck, the neckline's like that, fam.
Yeah, just track to mix in it.
That's a match, yeah. But yeah, let me know about that, man. But another thing was also to add on, yeah. I'm happy that CM Punk wore that thingy top yesterday because, bro, I think Tony Khan needs to start drilling to his wrestlers' heads, yeah. Wear your fucking merch, bro.
Oh, the MJF.
Wear your merch, bro. What are these man doing?
If you're not in a gimmick where you're like, you know,
Yeah, just wear your merch.
$600 wearing
The only
shirts
faction
and
that wears their merch is probably Dark Order.
And in a circle.
Yeah, Dark Order. Dark Order.
Oh, they got some sick merch on,
If
sick
your-
designs,
if your
bro.
gimmick is not that you're rich and you have suits,
Yeah.
wear merch.
It's fucking marketing, mate.
even better, like MJF's come to. I know MJF wears like the
Burberry scarf.
Burberry scarf, but sometimes just wear your shirt under, have the scarf on top, and be oh shit,
scarf has
let me go
been
and buy that.
repeated. You're
That's the
rich,
reason why
get
Stone Cold sold
So
top.
what kind of rich man is this?
No, that's the point. He wants you to get onto him. MJF about the scarf.
Are you sure he was
always
always
a
up?
Yeah, he wants you to get onto him. That's why he wears it all the time. Like
Yeah.
everyone, even every segment, somebody will get onto his
Even
scarf.
Burberry loafers yesterday as well. Oh,
Yeah, I see that.
that vignette was cold.
When he come
Yeah,
out,
I
when he come
loved
out, when he
it.
come
I
out the
loved
whip.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cold. That was
You
I
watched-
loved it.
But yeah.
It felt like an American Pie sketch or something.
In what sense?
Like the voiceover.
Oh, the voice. Oh yeah.
So I was like, yeah.
And even when the
Oh,
voice,
you watched AEW this
Well,
week?
he
I
watched it yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah, he watched it yesterday.
Go
Yeah.
on, go on.
Yeah, but I did actually watch it this time.
Enjoy it.
So MJF scarf, I really think is something that he should probably switch up a bit.
Why?
At the same, just because his gimmick is like, you know, well, it looks like someone who's like a flossier dresser than you, innit? And he's got all these, like he came out with a nice car and whatnot. So changing it up a bit,
I believe that.
like just 3 or 4. Like I'm not saying he needs a new scarf every week, but
It may be a different color
Yeah,
Burberry
different
check.
colour.
Like, keep to the Burberry, but maybe like there's other colors. There's blue, there's black. Like,
yeah.
you can
Exactly,
things in there.
different.
They got the christening one as well, is there, innit?
That's one he
like,
uses.
could you imagine
He
if
uses
the
the
just
Burberry
had that
one.
one shirt,
One Versace shirt.
Versace
Come on, you're
shirt.
dragging it. You're dragging it.
Well, the Rock didn't Rock just have? He had two.
No, he would
yeah.
repeat.
you know,
He
he
would
had
repeat.
different
but he
Versace
had-
shirts.
Yeah.
But you see the thing is, yeah, like you see the Miz. Miz has got swag. You see Miz in different types of get me suits.
Miz was proud to wrestle.
Tons. Yeah,
He was proud to wrestle, fam.
Miz is fly. Hey Miz, you're a fly guy.
He's a rich man, fam.
He's rich.
Oh,
he's
very
capable.
rich.
Rich, this is what money.
Yeah.
And he's a good self-promoter. He always gets himself in all these Dancing with the Stars, reality TV.
That's where he's at, man.
The best self
Marines.
promoter is Xavier Woods though.
Oh, listen,
Xavier Woods, yeah, that man can't work, bruv.
listen, I can't lie. When this guy is all said and done with wrestling, yeah, bro, this guy is gonna kill TV, man. He's gonna kill it in the TV industry, and it's like, bro, it's not even for us. It's more like your kids will know Xavier Woods, or your nephews will know Xavier Woods because he's on Nickelodeon, fam, or he's on Disney Channel, or he's appeared on Blue Peter or something on a random thing. Do you know what I mean, bro?
That's crazy.
For him, man, honestly.
Come on, man. But yeah, let's start off with the earliest thing that's happened this week: War Games.
Oh yes.
I didn't watch it.
You watch it? I can speak about it a bit.
Was fucking sick.
I didn't watch it.
Speak about it a bit.
It was sick. Salute to the black and gold team, man. Them lot held it down. What, Bron Breaker?
He's the guy. He's the future.
Star, bro.
Why are people saying he's gonna win Royal Rumble?
They're joking. They're joking. It's
You
like when
reckon-
you man said Walter should win it. It's a joke. It's not gonna happen. It's
But I can understand what I'm winning it though.
from NXT UK to Royal Rumble on his first night.
But
Oh my
but
God.
let me tell you something. Right now, yeah, like, another thing as well. That Neil thing is gonna bang. That Neil thing these guys are doing is gonna bang.
Next in line.
Because they're going.
Oh,
What it
my
is that they're going. They're basically using their old blueprint of bringing all these wrestlers and bringing. That's used to back in the day, innit? So it's gonna work for them, innit? It's gonna work for them properly, innit?
It's gonna be interesting though.
But the thing is, yeah, I feel like people forget that WWE have never deviated from that too far. Like,
But it's been less. It's been less in a couple of years.
Less, but in the last 10 years, they have been recruiting people that were football players and were basketball players. Like, not everybody that they recruited were independent.
It's been. I mean, yeah, but
Baron Corbin, he's
yeah.
a football player.
Gable, Roman Reigns.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But what I'm saying, like, what I've clocked is in the last few years, it's been a lot of indie guys are coming through. But I'm happy that they've fully, like, with this whole Neil thing, they've fully, like, said, yo, this is it. We're bringing in this, like, they've announced it like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just nice to see.
I mean, not all of them are guaranteed to stay with WWE.
Oh, yeah?
It's just
Them twins are definitely staying there.
Oh, well, the
Twins.
Cavenders,
Yeah, the
bro,
twins.
they are ballers.
Yeah, main eventers.
Are they what? Pop sick, yeah?
They're amazing.
And they got social media appeal.
Social
They
media.
got bare followers on TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. What they like? Is it just
I don't know
basketball?
what they do on TikTok, bro.
Or is it like thingy? I ain't never been with a baddie. Madison, but I call her Hey, every minute on TikTok, fam.
Every minute. I ain't complaining, but
Yeah.
but
Good content.
the Neil thing should be interesting to see. It's good to see that WWE are kind of going in the direction of where they should have been going.
Thank you.
in the first place.
I think the indie stuff was a waste of time. Not because of the wrestlers themselves, but WWE.
It just didn't convert to anything.
It worked for NXT.
Yeah,
It worked. Yeah.
Triple H basically went rogue. Let's be real. He just did his own thing. He's like, he's just basically just like, I'm gonna do my thing, and it works. But him and Vince, at the end of the day, if NXT is supposed to send guys to the main roster, and it's like, if you're building your own little universe over here, and then it doesn't align with what's going on over there, as good as this universe is, the whole point of it is to go there. So it didn't make sense, innit?
But I think it also speaks to another problem because as much the universe was a good universe, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people that was there, but I think it's the difference of being on NXT and how great it was, and then the main roster, what it requires to be there. I feel like what was lacking was on show so much that Vince would just look at you in 2 seconds and be like, nah, your job or your IC title level, and then you'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Because the success rate of, like, there's people like Finn Balor who know is a star, but then he was struggling on the main roster for a minute. And then he won his title, but then he's not got it back since, you know what I'm saying? People like Shinsuke Nakamura, there's not been... The females, definitely like Bianca Belair and all the 4 horsewomen have been smashing it, but I feel like Vince is still a visual person where he'll look at you and be like, I don't see you as a star, so therefore you got to show me.
But you know what I've realised, yeah? I feel WWE...
I've got a question.
You have a chance, though. You have a chance to do what you need to do.
No, that's not me. That's not me saying.
If you don't
No,
capitalise
100%.
on these chances...
Then it's on you.
Half.
Finn had chance after chance after chance,
Can I just say?
but where have you gone?
To a degree.
Oh, sorry. Can I just? Oh, sorry.
Hold on.
I just want to say, the 2 examples that you said, Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura, they had really big chances. Finn Balor was unfortunate; he got injured. Fair play. And then when he came back from injury, Brock was the champ, and they were going ahead with Brock and Reigns. So he just ends up being lost in the shuffle. That's more unfortunate. But Shinsuke won the Rumble.
But what's he
And
done since that?
He got,
though? Do you know what I
but
mean?
that's because when he had that opportunity at WrestleMania with AJ, it didn't work to everyone's expectations. I feel like your definition of a chance is giving them the title, giving them a 6-month reign with the title.
Ask me, and I'll tell you what I think chances.
What do you think a good chance would be for Shinsuke Nakamura?
For Nakamura, is actually giving him a full-on program because yes, he did get the Royal Rumble, but it's like like a extended chance of run, not just okay. You got an opportunity. He won the Rumble, and that was great. And then he had the matches with AJ, and then after that,
And,
But
you know what I'm trying to say?
and even in the matches with AJ, what was he doing?
like some of them was DQ.
No, it was literally the whole gimmick was I'm a knee you, I'm a uppercut you in the balls for like three separate matches. That is not much of a chance.
Well, okay.
And that's not based on Shinsuke.
That's not based on Shinsuke.
I agree.
But can we really be just blaming that? That's not based on Shinsuke, though.
No, wait.
But if creative are giving you something to do, you're gonna do it. That's like they're not going rogue and saying, I'm gonna just blow AJ Styles. That doesn't make sense.
Can I?
But before you even carry on,
No.
what I was gonna initially ask, I don't per se think Shinsuke and Finn are failures. I don't think they will fail.
Yeah,
They're not
They've had
Same here.
like, if you put on paper what they've actually done, they've done very well.
But I wouldn't say
I
they're
think what is
failures.
our expectations.
Yeah, I feel like what their talent is and what they've achieved is a discrepancy there.
Oh, no, of
course, yeah, like any right. Listen, if you give me Nakamura's career, I'm taking it right now. But the talent level of a Finn Balor and a Nakamura and what they've achieved, that's the discrepancy, and that's the issue fans are having.
I think my thing with Nakamura is, and I agree, the low blow stuff was very odd, but there was so much towards appeal. I don't know which one I'm speaking to. There was so much about Nakamura before that WrestleMania match. Like they made a big deal about his debut match against Dolph Ziggler, and it wasn't great. It was okay. Baron Corbin, okay, fair enough. Baron Corbin's really someone to have great matches with, and then he has a match with John Cena on SmackDown, drops him on his head, and then
The match was good though.
the match was good, yes. And his match with Orton, he had a match with Orton on SmackDown, which was also very good. But it didn't feel like Nakamura was must-see television in the ring. And that felt like the only thing that could save Nakamura, because obviously he's a Japanese-speaking wrestler coming into English-speaking program. All he really has to carry him, for the time being, is matches. And he didn't really perform.
He has a lot of charisma that he's not displayed as much.
Can I ask a
Hold
question?
on, because at the same time, like I hear what you're saying, like his match quality. But even think when he was in NXT for the moment, when he was having a match with Samoa Joe, that match was with Sami Zayn. Like I feel like we all know he can do better. And he's capable of great matches, but I don't know if it's a thing where he's handicapped by the style of WWE or if it's a thing where it's a motivational thing. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's on him, but I think it's the style as well. I'm really thinking it's the style as well.
I hear that, but I can't blame WWE for that, because they have their style.
Yeah, they have their style. You adapt to it.
I've said it countless times. When you're in WWE, whether you come from the Indies or Delaware wrestling, there's always going to be a glass ceiling on your head if Vince McMahon doesn't really like you.
That's the boss. No, of course.
No, but there's always
going to be a glass ceiling.
There's always going to be a glass ceiling.
What do you really mean by a glass ceiling?
Bro, okay, no, not glass ceiling. You're always going to be restricted in your true wrestling abilities. Because a lot of these the way they wrestle in WWE is completely different to how they wrestled in New Japan or the Indies.
It's even very different to how they wrestle in NXT as well.
Can
I say the reason why?
There's a discrepancy.
The level is so different than Tyler Black.
But can I say
you still see Seth Rollins prevailing in WWE though?
Can I say the reason why? Because
wait, I want to hear.
was it the reason for that? Do you reckon is because a lot of WWE want to preserve these wrestlers? Like obviously they're on a busy schedule. They've got the Monday, they've got the Sunday, they've got whatever.
I don't think
so. They want to keep the wrestlers.
I think it's Vince's preference.
That's another
It's
thing.
a preference thing.
It's not. I think that's one of them though.
It's not a bad one because
They're trying to preserve. Yeah.
First of all, week to week, that's fine. But even on like the biggest stages, like we don't see people go all out. For example, we don't see people go all out.
I did think a bit. I feel like NK. I feel like I'm always gonna go back to that Seth Rollins and Thingy and Cesaro match last WrestleMania. They went all out.
But it's WrestleMania.
Undertaker.
No, but that's it. But he's
I said, but it's not a consistent thing. Except for like people like Undertaker.
Imagine getting that consistent. You're gonna feel. It's not gonna be like a novelty to you no more, is it?
No, because
when it happens, oh shit.
No, because we always talk about when we have best wrestler in the world conversations about in-ring stuff, and even you've said to me, watch, if Seth Rollins was to leave WWE,
if he flies, he'll fly, yeah.
So meaning that when he's in WWE, he's not being allowed to fly.
Naturally, we know wrestlers that come into WWE, regardless of where they've come from,
they can't
their
fly.
Their movesets are capped.
Yes,
and that is to preserve. That is to preserve the wrestlers and the wrestlers they're working with, and also you're working a you're working a slower style at the
And
you can't be expecting people to be doing backdrop drivers and hard drivers.
And to be fair, I think it does have.
It's about preserving those moves as well. Do you know what I mean?
And I feel it has its benefits because again, like what WWE does well is like establishing someone's moveset. As much as people mock John Cena's 5 moves of doom, we knew what they were. The minute he did the shoulder, you're getting gassed.
I love that.
The minute he did that, you're getting gassed. They really specify like this is their signature move, this is their finisher. So when it's done and when it's get kicked out, people are like, oh, it's a big moment. moment. So
I think that's one
always give
thing I
respect for
appreciate
that.
about WWE as much as I don't watch it.
100%.
Like you said, the Seth versus Cesaro match. I'm seeing a lot of callback moves to like different wrestlers I used to watch growing up, and I'm thinking, if I was to see this every single week, and Seth Rollins is my favorite wrestler in WWE, I'll be very, 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 very bored.
Yes, to say, the novelty runs off.
Bro, some of the stuff I'm seeing him do, even someone like Cesaro, you saw, I think you posted the hot tag thing.
Hot tag, yeah.
If he was to do that every
week,
week,
yeah, myth.
bro, you know what I'm saying? I'll be very bored.
I tried to make this point.
Canadian Destroyer with, sorry, bro.
No.
Remember the Canadian Destroyer with Andrade? With Andrade, every single week, they'll put in it.
Now Bad Bunny can do it. Yeah, I don't care about that move.
No, but
To be fair, it's not a hard move to do.
Well, now I know.
But
It's never been hard.
when we first saw it in
When it was on YouTube
2004,
in 2005, how to do Canadian Destroyer, I saw it on trampoline.
See, I never.
that speaks to how impactful it was. When we saw it happen in TNA,
When I saw Pete Williams do it,
you know
I
what I'm saying?
Bro,
It was nuts.
But Kota
he just killed that guy.
did the Canadian Destroyer with a fucking doll.
That's actually talent, though.
Kota Ibushi did it
No,
with a
no,
doll.
no.
Yeah.
He's done that consecutively as well. No, he doesn't like that. He hated it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need people like him to stop stuff like that.
No, but that
It will
was
never
for
stop,
bad,
though.
so
It will never stop.
Was that for DDT? Was that for
DDT? It was a comedy match.
It was a comedy match, so yeah, it happens, isn't
The
it?
thing is, Kota Ibushi is one of the best wrestlers in the world anyway, so you can't really chat to him. You can't.
now.
No, that I said in general. You can't chat to him.
Right now.
I've never heard him in a discussion though. I'm just saying. No,
That's what I'm saying,
no
that's what I'm
bants,
saying.
no
Right now,
bants,
right
no
now.
bants, no bants though. That's
injured,
rare.
for him,
That's
that's
rare, but I've never heard him in a discussion.
Right now, but
I said 5 years ago, so who's better than... He's still in the conversation.
No, but no one's actually out.
Last decade?
I mean, as in, I hear what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing.
I get what you're
No
saying.
one's
as well.
actually
We
openly
didn't
said that.
verbalize it.
Yeah, no one's actually
But
said
I feel
it.
like if you put everybody on the
Yeah,
table,
I see it.
there,
I see it still.
and it'll be a one way when you mention this match, you go, you know what?
He's actually there. Yeah,
Because how
yeah.
many times do people bring up that Cedric Alexander Kota Ibushi match?
That was
People bring that up, and he's had better matches than that.
No, fair play.
He's had better matches
But
than
what's
that.
he doing with those? Like, that's a joke.
That was years back. That was
Years back. That was like DDT, fam. That was like DDT. That was like
That's
like
like
a
5 years
decade.
ago, that's what I'm trying to say.
No, like a
No,
decade.
no one
No,
days. It was like 15.
yeah, it's time ago.
Like 10.
I mean,
Way
to be
back.
honest, we can't get onto him for that because
And he's had the match
they're
in-
having Invisible Man matches anyway.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And I like
Invisible Man versus
I
Invisible
know.
I was
Dad.
entertained by that.
Everyone.
Me, I like
GCW
that.
fans.
Fucking bullshit.
Everyone.
I find it fun.
GCW.
But do you know what it is, bro? I said,
Wrestling's supposed to be
like,
fun. Do you know what I mean?
like,
It's not always.
do you know what it
It's
is?
not even fun though.
Hey, bro,
me, it is.
bro. Do you know
For
what
me,
it
it
is?
is.
Hey,
I
Jimmy,
don't
do
know,
you know
for
what it
me,
is?
the way I see wrestling needs to be, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just the passion.
Hey, Sam, let me
You
say
know
something.
me, this
Sam,
era.
let me.
I need it.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something that's mad. Yeah. I said to one of my guys. I said to my boy yesterday. Yeah.
Don't use it like that. That's not the context.
I said to my
Can't
boy
just use
yesterday.
our slogans.
I apologize.
I said to my boy
If we say
yesterday.
Jamie Hater, then you said, yeah, go forgive me for my man. Yeah, you get it.
Oh, okay.
Or like that.
Yeah, you get it.
So basically, yeah, you said that. How who does that excite? I guarantee you, if you were in that vicinity where that was happening, and you're hearing the cheers and stuff, bro, you lose your shit.
Yeah.
I said to my boy yesterday. My boy was upset. Like, I don't want to say his name, but he was upset that obviously a certain special guest came out, and he was like, "Oh, come on, man, why didn't we get this guy? Why didn't we get this guy?" But I said, bro, if we were closer to the stage, if we were literally like we could see man's feet, you would have lost your shit when he came out.
Yeah, but that's.
It's like if Kylie went, for example, if we went to a concert, yeah, Mandem, don't even cap now.
You're gonna say Kylie Minogue.
We went to a concert. We go to like a concert, for example. Say we go to see. We go see. I don't know who do we like? Okay, we go see. Okay, no,
Please don't say someone
give me a
like
pop artist. Yeah, that
Bruno
we
Mars, I don't
that
know.
we all like. Okay, Willow Smith. We will go to watch Willow Smith,
I
right?
wanna watch it.
Wait.
I would watch it.
I will go watch Willow Smith. She's cold. We go watch Willow Smith, yeah.
No, I'll follow.
No, but Mandem, hear what I'm saying.
I'll follow your point.
We go watch Willow Smith, yeah. We get to the end of the show. She goes, "Oh, I'm about to bring up one of my favorite artists of all time, top selling. She's conquered this, conquered that." Kylie Minogue comes out. She comes out singing, "I'm spinning around." Bro, everyone's losing their shit. I'm losing my shit. Are you mad? I'm losing my shit.
I think Jimmy's gonna say my point, but go on.
I'm losing my shit. I'm not losing my shit. I'm not losing my shit.
Regardless, though.
No, the thing is, I'm not saying that the song's a bad song, but Willow's already set you in a certain mood.
Okay, not Willow. Okay,
If
Willow's a bad example. Willow's a bad example.
Adele?
Okay, you go. No, whoa. Adele's the main. Adele's the main. Okay.
If she brings out Christina Aguilera, I'll pop.
Who? Willow Smith.
I hear it.
No,
Yeah.
if a pop artist, if it's a
Okay, say okay. You go watch like you go watch. Okay, who can I give a best?
Mariah.
Who's in the UK?
Nah,
Who in the
Mariah's
UK?
too clear, bruv.
Who in the UK is like a singer like
pop
that's-
artist.
Yeah, like
Robbie Williams.
do we know?
As in, like,
Okay, Hamza,
Take
our
that.
friend Hamza's doing a performance, yeah,
yeah.
and Kylie Minogue comes out. I'm spinning. We're gonna lose our shit.
But I'll be happy for Hamza. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be
losing my
happy for
shit.
I'll be happy for Hamza.
I'm gonna stand there like that.
I don't think I'm
Oh, come on, man. I'm losing my
No,
shit.
we're not disparaging. I'm just saying like.
No, bro, if she brought out Sugar Babes, then I'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah,
that's
okay.
more akin to
Okay,
than-
something like that. Something like that.
Sugar Babes,
Yeah,
no,
something like that.
shit.
Yeah, he's a shit.
Remember the Sugar Babes now? Wait,
Yeah, I've seen her still. Wait, which one are you talking
the
about?
one of the newer ones, Amel.
The what? The new Sugar Babes. Sugar Babes version 2.
Yeah,
I said
Amel.
Sugar Babes 2.0.
2.0, yeah, 2.0, yeah. 2.0.
Very trendy.
And what? And the number one, like, the original one's the best.
I'm black and gold.
No,
It's Keisha
no,
every
no,
time, bro.
wait.
Keisha. I've seen her, you know.
The second version of
Original
Sugar
black
Babes
and
was the
gold,
best.
The second version.
Yeah.
Oh, get out of here, man.
You like the first one with the ginger curly hair one?
Yeah, and Keisha and what's her name? What's that? Mutia.
No, Mutia,
Keisha and the white
Heidi.
thing.
Heidi, yeah.
That's 2.0.
That's
You know that's because if you go to the original Sugar Babes, there was one. There was there four. Wasn't there was one? There was one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But the second one, the second Oyibo one was
Yeah, Heidi, yeah.
that was
She-
good
yeah,
milk. Good milk.
No, but chill. I'm beefing out.
I'm not beefing out. That's calm. Bro, we said worse. Let's be real.
Chill, man.
We said worse.
What's it? But yeah.
Those who know. Those who don't know.
Thingy, if Mandem.
Hey, Chame.
I'm getting toilet, man.
You man are crazy. So yeah, like I was saying, you got
know these babes they're talking about, bro.
That's
Sugar Babes is the code though.
You know Sugar Babes?
That's chowder.
You know Sugar Babes?
I don't know who they are.
Too young.
If I might be seeing now, he might be young. Yeah, he might be young.
No, he's an OG. But they were on TV them times though.
Nah, they were.
They were not like early 90s.
Nah, but they were doing this Sugar Babes.
That different eras, bruv. You had Attitude Era, Sugar Babes, and Ruthless Aggression. Sugar Babes.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, different era, Sugar Babes.
Man said Hollywood Sugar Babes.
Oh, trust me.
You know, steps.
What?
Steps.
Push the ball. SCUB 7. You know about SCUB 7? SCUB 7. You know about Blue? Like, come on, bro.
We're not even talking wrestling.
Big man
Bombshells
thing,
are
don't tell the
dropping.
queen that. If you tell the queen that, you're out.
You're getting exploited. You're gone.
You know 5. We know 5. You know 5. Wait.
Sugar Babes and Girls Aloud was Monday Night Wars. That was Monday Night Wars. That was Monday Night Wars.
Everybody.
Hold on.
Club Juniors now.
Hold on, guys. I think we've gone off track here. Where were we? AEW or something?
We need to talk
about the
Maybe, yeah. But
sound of the underground. And the DJ keeps sitting right at the
That was the intro for like Monday Night Raw. Now actually,
the beat was cruddy as well.
Please tell me you know about So Solid.
So solid.
No so solid now. No so solid.
Yeah.
You get excited.
I was getting worried. No, I was
No, but
getting
it's scary
worried.
though. But if you know, we'll get to that. Let's go back to wrestling. We'll get to that. Because I don't understand how. Wait, but sorry. Before we move on, yeah, I don't understand how you know So Sorry, but don't know Sugar Babes.
That's the point I was trying to make. Because the same
So that's what what you been listening. What you listening to?
All right, let me just say this. It's one of them ones where it's like you hear about them a lot, but you never look into it. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, but we couldn't look into it because we only heard.
You be sitting there on the
Radio.
box, and they'll sharp on the box, they'll sharp on MTV bass, and that was it.
If you play a song to me, maybe I might catch on or not. But like, I've never looked into them.
For men, bro, this guy's an American boy. He's still no Sugar Babes.
Estelle,
man. Estelle.
That was a banger. That was a
Stacey, my kind
As we're here now, let me look.
No, but don't play.
Copyright music. But yeah, big up Keisha every time. But
yeah, quickly. Speaking of Sugar Babes, yeah, how about you go and sugar your babes with a 20% discount? MANSCAPED. Again. Hey, how you gonna sugar your babes with 20% off at Manscaped with the code the Mandem? Mandem, give us another update. What's happening this week, man? How you feeling?
Wifey's still happy.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yep.
The boxes are legit. I'm not gonna lie.
I think they're the best boxes.
Yeah, I've had.
Yeah.
I need to buy some.
And what's good? They don't ride. Like, no, that sounds mad, but yeah, they don't go up.
There's not Steve on the t-shirt though. His t-shirt's comfy. And I know.
I can't lie. Sorry, bros, but I've been using a house t-shirt still. It's nice.
But it's comfy.
It's nice.
You put it in, you're relaxed. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said before, you see the ball tone and bruh, fresh. You come out the chat fresh.
I just know certain.
What do you think?
I know because it's very, those certain experiences are making me willing. Yeah. I'm speechless right now.
A part of my body is risen. No. Okay. Calm down. A part of my body has risen. And that guy's a legend, man. I'm Cocobeto.
Yeah, make sure you guys cop everything if you can. They've got the gift thing where it comes with a t-shirt, lawnmower 4.0. Ball toner, the deodorant.
Trust me, it's Christmas.
They've got the wipes. Bro, listen.
Trim the tree.
Everything, man.
Trim the tree.
Trim and
Ho, ho, ho.
You play that song. Here we having a wonderful Christmas time. That's the banger. Here we having a wonderful Christmas time. It was that Cliff Richard, did it? Cliff Richard, yeah. That's
Manscaped.com. Use the code the Mandem. 20% off and free shipping.
Yes. Shipping.
So, balls on the level box, right?
I can't lie, Manscaped, if you want us to sing that song, come on, man. Trust me, fam. But yeah, what am I saying though? Flipping War Games. Yeah, it was a great pay-per-view. I had it in the background.
Me too.
What match did I really...
I only watched the main event.
You skipped the main event, yeah?
Yeah, man.
So they need to get the hell out of that place, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible.
Get the hell out of that place.
They're not though, because the thing is, it fits with it's the whole rebranded developmental thing. They don't, because remember the whole thing about 2 point about NXT.
But at least dress up the whole thing. Like okay, for example, we're getting New Year Evil, right? Dark branding, everything is scary, horror, and that. Bro, why are we gonna do? Bro,
I think it's just to differentiate it from like this is developmental because NXT old felt like its own brand in it, but this 2.0 thing, it's just like this is developmental. We're gonna be in these small arenas. We don't need to be doing these big places that other NXT was doing because at the end of the day, we're not a brand. We're developmental now. We don't care about being a brand. This is for you guys to run your reps, but then that's what it is.
So now, okay, developmental, right? Yeah. So when are these guys gonna leave then?
We don't know.
To be fair, it's too early to say because they've only just rebranded. But I feel like one person I can say I don't watch it, but one person I know will be a star is Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah, of course. Now I'm talking about Pete Dunne. We got Pete Dunne still left there. LA Knight. We got Legado del Fantasma. They're still there. We got who else is there? That's still there. That's
LA Knight.
Timothy Thatcher. MSK.
LA Knight should have left.
LA Knight should have never been in NXT.
No, he shouldn't.
LA Knight's got too much potential.
Absolutely.
To be fair, majority of these man like
should have never been in
me and Jimmy said it on the group chat. Like I personally don't think NXT development should have ever been a TV show.
Never.
I think it's completely removed the fact of what a development is. I get it. If you had a television format and they just showed it in Florida, calm. So that way, remember back in the day where someone, like FCW or OVW, where someone would come into WWE, you didn't know that they was in developmental, but they still look like a big deal, like someone like MVP. I had no idea he was in OVW.
So let me ask you this then.
Sheamus.
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think, what gave like Triple H the incentive? Because you could even see from early NXT with like, what gave him the incentive to be like, okay, this is developmental, and now this is my bona fide indie. Because you could see, because even in early NXT where you had the Sami Zayn, you still had man like Bull Dempsey and all of these other type of guys. But then it went from that to like, no, everybody now is having 4+ 5-star matches. And it's like, what? So how'd you go from developmental with Mandem like Bull Dempsey to that?
I feel like
Vince just went on an ego trip. And I think he started looking at maybe thinking, okay, I've got to prove to not just to Vince but to everyone that he knows what he's doing. And I think he just thought like, you know what, people want, like the internet would want someone like a Kevin Owens.
Started from Sin Cara.
Sin-Cara.
After Sin Cara failed, it was like, you know
and
what?
Karma as well.
Yeah.
And did he sign Alberto Del Rio? Or was that John Laurinaitis?
That was, I don't think that was
Triple H.
I think it's
Yeah, so it started with Sin Cara.
Cara,
That failed.
Karma
and
failed.
Karma failed. We have to be blunt.
Sin Cara thought he was on this gang banging, bang banging.
No, even before that, that's the second.
What? Sin Cara was on gangbanging.
Yeah, Unicorn, fam.
That's
Unicorn.
Read on about he was on
So the first Sin Cara that failed.
Yeah,
so he just probably thought, you know what?
Someone
Let me just.
You man say that?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Undertaker.
The door just opens, but Soldier doesn't the door.
It's Undertaker, fam.
There you go. Hey, that girl, see, what are you talking about her for?
They're in docu
Sake, man. God forbid I cover this podcast in the blood of Jesus.
Yeah, it's Sin Cara's fault. It's Sin Cara's to
We don't
blame.
laugh, fam. We are actually covered it in the blood of Jesus.
So you think after Sin Cara came when he flopped Triple H, went on the thing was like, nah, I need to prove that I can.
I think pretty much. So when they now redeveloped NXT from the game show to actual development, and then he started to take lead, I feel like we started to see the early seeds of, you know what, this could actually be a third brand. We started seeing people like Cesaro coming in, Tyson Kidd, Justin Gable, and we started to see them have their best matches. So as time went on, of course, I think the game plan was, you know what, we're going to get these indie guys to come in. Once they win the NXT title and they lose it, they're off to a thing. But as time went on, we started to see a lot of the NXT guys just end up staying. And they started
that ruined it.
That ruined it.
And I think because it was a safe gateway because the indies were popping at that time. It's a safe gateway of like they can still do their thing but still get used to the way WWE produces content.
Exactly.
So then by the time they go to the roster,
and they started linking up with people like Rev Pro, no, not Rev Pro,
Evolve,
WWN, ICW. So they started to build this worldwide like network of, you know what, if we want to pluck from here, we've got enough talent. So.
And to be fair, sorry to go, bro. To be fair, I feel like it was still it was smart by Triple H to do it because NXT wasn't doing anything at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a fail safe of like if he makes it pop, then he gets big ratings. You know what I'm saying? And he did because you had people like Dusty Rhodes there and stuff. So when it was popping, like when it was in its good times of like 2000 and when they started doing the takeovers, it was something that we would watch, that we get excited about because when you're tired of the I think Triple H knew that there was a crowd of audience that was watching the indies but still wanted to crave something from WWE. So he made a middle ground of like bring some of the main stars there, make them pop there, have his own kind of super indie with the WWE glossing, and then when, like I said, it's a gateway to the roster. And I feel like it worked for a long time because again it became its own brand where people were turning up thousands and thousands of shows. And go on, bro.
So NXT as a like standalone show was a success. But in terms of as a WWE product, in terms of as
what its actual aim was,
what its actual facility was to get stars from point A to point, get stars ready for the main roster. It was a failure.
Do you know
it was a failure. Because of what Vince, because we know what the main roster is, and I feel like as much as we can say, we can even, I will even say like personally, NXT was a better product than the main roster, but at the end of the day, the main roster is the main product, and if your job, Triple H, is you're supposed to bring me guys that I can utilize on the main roster, you're not doing that. You're using guys that you can utilize, regardless of our personal opinions. It's like Vince wants something. And your job, H, is to deliver what I want. I disagree with what Vince wants, but at the end of the day, that's what he wants.
And that's how he knows how to make money.
And that's the job Triple H was given. Going off and signing incredible talent, signing all of these guys, signing Johnny Gargano. You know, we saw what he did in NXT, but now you're gonna give Johnny Gargano to Vince.
Boy.
What is Vince gonna do with Johnny Gargano?
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Because and it's nothing to do with his potential, but the way Vince sees stuff, he will look at him and go, cruiserweight, and you're just left.
Also, a lot of wrestlers are at fault as well. A lot of wrestlers are at fault
They
because
need to take responsibility.
I think it's like I said, Vince deals with more of character.
So for example, I've always said that NXT failed because if we're gonna develop people, we wanna see people that have strengths in certain places. If we know that they've got a weakness, so for example, I know I've brought this guy up for 2 years now. Ricochet. We know Ricochet in between the ring, amazing. Every time I look at Ricochet, I look at someone that kids could look at and be like, yo, I'm in awe of this guy.
The way we did Rey Mysterio.
The way we looked at Rey Mysterio, the way we looked at Jeff Hardy. Look at these people. We know Ricochet's weakness is that he can't speak. Prior to when Dusty Rhodes was there, they used to do promo classes. By the time, God rest his soul, Dusty died and the whole shift of NXT became its own brand, it doesn't seem like they'll developing anything. Of course, there's going to be like the likes of the Velveteen. There's people, and I love to use this word, discernment. A lot of people like to go out of their own way and be discerning and teach themselves certain things. You can't now come into WWE, fair enough, you're a 10, 15-year vet. But if you know your weakness is you can't speak, you're terrible at promos, wouldn't you now go and invest in going to acting school or maybe speak to different people so that way you can prove to people, you know what, I'm more than just a spot monkey. Not to say Ricochet's a spot monkey, but I'm more than just what you saw me for in Chikara or in DDT. I'm this person. You know what I'm saying? There's people like Kevin Owens that, you know, gained his reps from
being an amazing in ring. But when you watch your stuff in Ring of Honor and PWG, this guy can fucking speak. So, like Adam Cole. Adam Cole can fucking speak.
He was
At the end of the day, you
always
could like with certain wrestlers, you can always tell that their end goal is to potentially main event somewhere in WWE, whether they make it or not. So someone like LA Knight, he wasn't like when he first came into WWE years ago before he went to back to TNA. I didn't see nothing in him, but his run in TNA made me realize, you know what? Yeah, he's not the best in ring, but he can go. But you see when you hear him on the mic,
even in NWA, the way he can talk, I thought, wow.
People like Eddie Kingston,
I thought this guy's a star.
fuck, like a lot of these people, you can always tell that regardless of whether they're gonna make it to TV or not, they've groomed themselves to be ready for TV. So once they're given that opportunity, you know it's a wrap. There's people like Ricochet, people like Neville at first, he kind of grew into it. But there's loads of people I looked at
Shinsuke
before.
Nakamura.
But what I was saying to
I
respond
think we need to adjust how we're looking at this because you can see it from a different perspective. Triple H just looked at the job market. All of these people have been training their entire life to be wrestlers. So it only makes sense to pick these people that want to be wrestlers. But right now, what they want to do is they want to pick people that aren't wrestlers. So now it's like, you're picking an entirely different job market. You've now got to put more money into these people to make them better. So essentially, in the long run, they're going to be spending even more money. But
that's nothing new because people that started wrestling weren't wrestling.
But bro,
I want to respond to that.
Think about it this way. Every man goes to uni so they can get a better job within the market. Right. WWE is basically saying, I don't want you to go uni. I'm picking someone that's not gone to uni. So now what's the brother that's gone to uni going to do now? He spent in his entire life grafting.
So what are you trying to... But the people that... I don't understand your point because a lot of the people that they hired prior before, years ago, they weren't wrestling.
Yeah, The Rock wasn't a wrestler.
For example.
The
Rock wasn't a wrestler.
Well, his dad, obviously, his dad.
He comes from a wrestling family, though.
Goldberg was a wrestler.
Roman. You say Roman, Big E.
Listen, if you're going to
Batista was
family lineage in wrestling, they come from the
OVW man then.
No, but they all...
John Cena was a bodybuilder.
But he was wrestling. He was
wrestling. I was going to say, all the men are wrestling.
What I'll say...
This is nothing new. The thing is, people are confused. Like, this is nothing new. Okay, fair enough. In the 80s, 90s, you know, we had the territory. So a lot of people, they had to work. They had to basically do what a lot of these indie people are doing now. But then obviously when they came to like 97, 98, 99, when WCW introduced the power plant where, you know what? We see talent in you, you're big, you're musty, we're going to just grab you from the street and get you wrestling. WWE kind of copied that format, and then that's just been their format. Of course, as time goes on, they're still going to hire people that are wrestlers. They're still going to hire independent wrestlers. But at the same time, we can't fault WWE for saying, you know what, we've had a formula that's been working for years. We've developed stars from this. So what's the problem with them going back?
I just want to say two things. I was responding to your point. I feel like what NXT solved is I feel like there's a lot of people in the indies. Even think people like Eddie Kingston where he felt like he would never make it in the big time. So something like NXT felt like they could, it may not be the big time, but it's still under the WWE umbrella. So they could still make a good living, a confident living and do wrestle the way they want to wrestle and still be like, I worked in WWE technically by proxy. So I feel like that was the law of being like, oh yeah, people like, and there's no disrespect to people like them, but like people like Roderick Strong, who we know is sick, but we don't see him as a main event in WWE. Is no Vince. Triple H steps in and goes, hey, you want to be in WWE? You're safe here. You know what I'm saying? And to respond to the second point, I think what NXT should have taken from ECW, what Paul Heyman did was he will look at your weakness, and to quiet your weakness, he will focus on your strength. Because I feel like people like Sandman, not an amazing wrestler, but he has a presence. And it's like, he's a madman. You see him, Shabu, he has a presence. He'll be like, okay, we're going to make sure we're going to zone in so much on that your weakness that you can't wrestle too tough, it's going to be so quiet. I feel like NXT, when Dusty was there, I feel like that's how we got people like Enzo Amore and whatnot, when they were still working on that. And I think when Triple H stepped over after Dusty passed, we saw the emphasis of like, sick wrestler, come in. Do banging matches, but there wasn't an emphasis of like, here's how you improve. It's more so, here's how you play to the camera and wrestle the WWE style, but still using your indie whatnot. And I think that's where they flopped.
And that mucked everything.
The thing is, I think it'd be a bit hard for them to kind of like just zone in on your strengths because more so than none, like regardless whether your strength is to wrestle, whether your strength, like you have to be able to speak in WWE regardless.
Of course, that's a requirement.
If your weakness is if you can't speak, you're fucked.
The thing is, though,
you're so
and the
fucked.
wrestlers need to know as a requirement. If you're going to WWE, you have to be able to.
I think naturally people should be training people. Like,
There's
listen,
a lot of on
if
talk
you're
shows.
Yeah.
Like WWE, like a lot of people really because everyone always goes, oh, but this guy can wrestle, this guy can kind of do a promo. Why isn't he a star? But you got to realize WWE have a different way of promotion. AEW is in a bubble of okay, I know this guy from whatnot and whatnot. Do you know how many people you guys have seen debut and you guys be like, if you watch his matches, you know he's on fire. WWE don't have that market. They've got to go on the Tonight Show. They got to go on Jimmy
they
Fallon.
do media big runs.
Good Morning America, the guy with the gap.
I will agree with you on that one.
All the way.
Who's the guy that got his team?
I don't know his name, but Post man.
What?
Oh, the black guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
All the time. You could do it. You could do a sue, bro. Anyway.
Anyway, I'm involved. If I work in this one, I'm Versi. Production here, we're not involved. Because if we work with this guy one day, we're pissed.
We're done.
But my point is, they've got such a different market to appeal to, and if you don't allow them to do that, then everyone is going to suffer because then.
So you're trying to say that?
I can understand.
So you're trying to say that a lot of these wrestlers need to go on talk shows?
No, like they
need acting classes.
Yeah,
they need
to
to
build their character.
They need to
build
be
how they
built
talk in the ring.
Like the thing is, like you said, the wrestling. Like I love wrestling, but wrestling isn't enough. Like
it's
really
not.
and truly,
For
like I
example-
don't even watch WWE, but at the same time,
Happy
I
you said that.
understand.
I'm happy you said that.
MJF.
What you're saying? I'm happy you're saying that.
As
you know?
we go on today, I think it's just
is
his
going to
wrestling.
be
No, it's 'cause
MJF is
I'm
going
invested
to be
in
a
him.
fucking legend in the wrestling industry. MJF.
Can I say something?
And he's going to WWE soon. He will the next 5 years.
Yeah,
because he's planned that
see it.
route
I see
in
it.
how he talks. It's just as simple as that. If you cannot talk and you don't have a character, you're not going to last long. Ricochet will never be WWE champion because you can't talk. I'm sorry.
It's
Never.
just business.
I'm not against that.
The highest you're going to become is a United States champion, Intercontinental champion, 24/7 champion.
But Sam,
you're going to be
can I say
chasing
something? Can I
around.
say
You put
something? But Sam,
Sam,
Sam, can I say something?
They're all the same though. They're all the same though.
But wait,
Mandem.
I think you man forget how life works sometimes. I can't physically stand here and say Ricochet can't be WWE champion, or this guy can't be this, or this guy can't be this, or that guy can't be that. Bro, a lot can change in a year, bro.
Do you want?
What?
Sorry.
What? Sorry.
No.
What if he goes through like a qualifying match? He wins that, and surprisingly, Roman Reigns not the champion no more. Someone else is the champion, and he defeats them.
I feel like what Blacks is saying.
I get what you're saying. I hear you.
And Blacks, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like what you're saying is maybe like when you think of stars,
You're not looking at him at the moment.
Maybe he'll be a thing where like if there was a storyline, think of like Kofi. Admittedly, none of us probably did think he'll be being honest. And you know I love that moment. But we probably never thought way back when we started this podcast and before we never thought Kofi be a champion. We'd be like probably something in universe. But with the storyline and the way it was built, it was like definitely, and it happened. Has happened again because it would need a story, a drive.
Yeah. Like Liv Morgan's getting onto it a bit now. They've got this Liv Morgan thing that they're trying to get up, and you never know.
The thing is with women, I think with women it's easier for them to gauge who's going to be a champion. Women, anyone can be champion. I'll be real.
The only reason why I think they're pushing Liv is
I don't know. I feel like there's a smaller scope.
Two conversations.
I think the only reason why they're pushing Liv is because Ruby's in AEW getting a big push as well. I just think that
You reckon?
I feel like Liv was always going to get a push.
150 million percent.
Liv was always going to get a push.
But is
From
Ruby
NXT days, like I saw her and I was like, yeah, she's going to get a
Liv was
push.
always a standout, and again, Liv was someone where even when you didn't know if she was a good wrestler or not, she had a presence to her when she had the pink hair and
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, it was like, who is this girl? She always stood out, and then it was kind of a bonus that she knew how to go. So I feel like Liv is always, gonna be like she's someone WWE have invested in. She's someone WWE has invested in. But my thing with Ricochet, and this is the biggest problem with WWE wrestlers today, is Ricochet is a great high flyer, yes. But to the common fan, he isn't anyone that you haven't seen before in the product.
Yes.
Because you have Seth Rollins who can high fly. You have
it's true.
Wait, let me land. Let me land.
If that was Ricochet, he would not have landed yet.
I'm next. I'm next.
You have someone. Okay, let's say I'm Vince McMahon, right? And I'm looking for someone to challenge Brock Lesnar and be a viable challenger. And then Triple H suggests Ricochet to me, and I'm like, well, Ricochet's too small, which I don't think should be a standard, but nevertheless. And then Triple H gives the idea of, but he's a high flyer, he can be faster than Brock, he can, run around Brock and do laps. Vince McMahon's literally gonna go, I can get Seth to do that, I can get AJ to do that, I can get Daniel Bryan to do that, I can get Adam Cole to do that, I can get Drew McIntyre can even fly. I can
Drew McIntyre is...
Ross, Don Jambo Jambica.
I was wait.
The car was driving.
Wait.
You slightly stalled, but you jammed him.
Let him finish. I like what he's saying.
You best save it.
And then you have these wrestlers like a Seth Rollins and an AJ Styles who are not only high flyers, but they're also quite believable. They can off visual create a presence. I remember when people said Seth Rollins could fight Brock Lesnar, I was like, really? Yeah. And then the day after he won the Rumble, they went face to face, and I was like, raw, like he can visually match up to Brock.
Did AJ fight?
But Ricochet can do this. No, but this is the problem. So I can say.
With AJ and Cole. Okay, Kofi got murked, but the point is.
No, but I could. The point with Seth has been built. Yeah, Seth has been built. Seth has been built. Let's be real. Seth has been built. If it was Seth from when we first see him in NXT to Brock Lesnar now, bro, there'll be no reason for us to even look at Seth.
Built in booking
wise. Not even muscle.
But I think that the visual thing is such a good element. Then you think of, but it's like what I'm saying with Vince is, who should I book? Someone who I can eventually get to look visually like they can take on Brock. Or someone who is going to depend purely on booking.
Bro, can I say?
Who would that?
Fam, I even lost the point that you're trying to get.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. Do you know what it is? It's like I always say, bro, a lot can change in a year. You said, okay, WWE got Seth, AJ, so we don't need Ricochet, bro. If they're looking for new people, they're gonna get Ricochet because he's the next person up.
Yeah, so
why they gonna go? Why they gonna go back and get an old book and bring? Bro, you're feeding us all food. You're feeding us all food.
Bro, we have to also understand.
All food, then we come.
Booking and presentation is important. I get
that, but
it builds a perception. It builds a
perception is important. Like, look at Drew McIntyre before he left WWE, bro. If he said to me, like maybe 2 years before, could he be WWE champion? I'd understand it. During that period where he was with Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal, if he said to me he's gonna be a future champion, I'll be like, you're lying. There's no way. But obviously he's done his runs in the independent. He came back NXT, done well. When he came back, the presentation was the most important thing. So for me, I don't want to completely write off Ricochet.
I can't.
But more needs to be done.
Yes.
I need to see him in promos where people are not telling him to shut his mouth and he just keeps quiet.
But I think Ricochet would benefit if a lot of, like, this is the thing we see with AEW. I mean, not AEW. You see with WWE and all these budget cuts and the way they're releasing people that kind of fit his style. Ricochet will now stand out more. He will not, because now he's the high flyer. Now he's gonna be the one.
But look at Rey Mysterio. Wait. Let me land. You see about Ricochet, I understand like the people of Ricochet's ilk and type and Ricochet type beats. Let's be real. In terms of Ricochet type beats, cool.
Yeah, I hear it.
That's the podcast.
Cool.
Ricochet type beats.
That's the podcast.
But
It's a very valid point.
Okay.
Ricochet is like, when you compare him to, I hear what you're trying to do style wise. No, he's the best at what he does. No. They're like, because when you're saying when you're saying
Make that the title.
AJ can do this. They can do certain things he does, but Ricochet is the best at what he does. So I agree with though when it comes to promos and certain things like that. But presentation of Ricochet is like, yo, if you tell me, if WWE go out every week and tell me, this guy is the best high flyer in the world. They're not correct me if I'm wrong. I'd rather WWE put an emphasis on that. No, Ricochet is like the best high flyer in the world.
They do call him the one and only, but he's not the one and only.
That's a tag.
12 people.
That's a tag.
I guarantee you, call him the best.
Mustafa Ali is amazing.
Oh my
God.
But my point
promos. You can do promos.
I'm not. Okay, you said a very valid point that I'm gonna actually chime in on. You see when you said, they don't call him the best. What's good? They're
not telling you he's the best high flyer.
Do you know how important that is to call a wrestler? Like if a wrestler's walking to the ring and say the best. Bro, they don't have The Rock, the most electrifying man. The Rock said it once, and they just continued it all the time, and we believed in it.
But I think
if they said to Ricochet, whenever Ricochet came out, and go, this is the top flying, top high flyer in the business.
So then what happens to Mustafa Ali?
I can't lie, Mustafa.
But they can give him another thing as well. But then again, Bo, they can both coexist. They can Mandem.
See, this is where.
I'll give you this. One sec.
Why can't they coexist?
One sec. No, they can coexist.
They can.
Mustafa Ali is better in ring than Ricochet. To be fair, in ring, they're neck and neck. In ring, they're neck and neck. But high flying.
I can't chat to him.
Mustafa Ali.
But that's besides our point. The high flying doesn't even matter.
As an overall,
the high flying doesn't even matter. The high flying doesn't matter. When we're talking about presentation, that shouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like presentation, who would I be more invested in? I do not care about Ricochet. Because I know Ali can speak. Bro, the thing is, why? What do you care about him? You care about potential. You care about potential. That's what it is.
You care
about potential. See what you care about? You care about Kofi tax. That's what it is.
No, it's never that.
Kofi tax.
Can I say what I care about?
Kofi get to a point, so you're thinking, you know what? I'm not going to write him off, or we shouldn't write Ricochet off. Like people have said, as much as we don't want to compare Ali and Ricochet, Ali in terms of overall package,
it's amazing. It's amazing. It's better. I'm not disagreeing that. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm saying that I wouldn't. If I'm Ricochet's right, I'm gonna watch the match. I'm gonna watch. You know what I mean? Like what?
No.
I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to get at.
And my point was never to dismiss Ricochet's deficiencies, but I feel like there's two things can be true at the same time. I feel like Ricochet, 100% promo ability, overall charisma, even in NXT, bruv. Like, what did he really do aside from flip and then aside from perform great matches? He flipped. But at the same time as well, he didn't speak in NXT. But at the same time as well, I feel like Del Boy said, nah, barely.
Even him and Velveteen when they had the...
He just flipped over the ring.
That's the only time.
He just said, show Velveteen. He said, show me, and he flipped, and he was like, okay, cool, and that was the match.
Done.
That was it.
Again,
I wasn't done.
That's a Ring of Honor build.
I wasn't done. But yeah, I was saying basically, I feel like two things can be true at the same time. Ricochet definitely has deficiencies, but at the same time as well, from what I've seen from Ricochet, like it's not like they gave him a mad push and be like, okay, talk, and then he flopped. It's like Ricochet's just been
the times you've spoken.
I said a push. I said a push.
No, but bro, even without the push, the times you've had him speak,
it's an opportunity. Chris Jericho even said this, your boy. Chris Jericho even said this on the network, He said, listen, every minute of WWE TV time is an opportunity. The goal is to go from 1 minute to 2 minutes, 2 minutes to 4 minutes.
Like it's a Champions League final, bro.
Heyman said it as well.
You
get the opportunity is what you do.
But even, you guys want WWE to give them a chance and give them a 6-month
I think they really
No, that's not true.
No, Jimmy, but the thing is, I never said that. Let me tell you the problem.
You have it reversed. You reversed it.
Let me tell you the problem. Let me tell you the problem.
I've even said two things at the same time.
A lot of wrestlers have been given the opportunity, but they've not capitalized this opportunity.
Exactly.
Have your promos are pants. Your matches at the time has just not been great at that time. You can't be rusty when the opportunity's in front of you. You need to fucking capitalize. That's how you're gonna become a star. Mustafa Ali, I feel so sorry for you actually, to be honest with you. That's one guy who's been treated badly because you know what?
Mustafa Ali,
he is amazing. And everyone is even saying he is amazing.
I feel like, to build on that point, I feel like he's something that Vince would actually look for because he can be slotted into any match. He has even though he had a crap faction, he still carried it with his promos. You cared for a while about Retribution when he was there.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? There was potential.
And I cared. Mustafa Ali, when he came, he stunned me.
Bro, from when he's doing promos on flipping Twitter and it's better than 80% of main roster promos.
Even Paul Heyman said about
Ali has
when it comes to
ideas.
these wrestlers doing promos, are you not basically saying that these lot aren't doing their homework? They're not practicing this.
No, they're not. Or your shit. I'm sorry.
Or you're not emphasizing your homework. You're not revising.
My question
you don't
is
think
this.
it's important because you think you're gonna pass it with your other grades of wrestling and whatnot. You think I can pass it.
For the wrong example.
Do you reckon they're winging it right now? Every time they get a promo, they're just winging it. They're not practicing trying to get better.
You're gonna have to wing it anyway. There's a lot of stuff you're gonna have to wing. Obviously, you get guidelines. You're gonna have to wing it.
You know what? Maybe at a certain point Roman was winging it, but then he done his homework and came back the man.
No, but let me tell you something. Yeah, Mandem. I don't know about Mandem. I don't know.
One wing was even missing.
I'm speaking.
But the presence was there. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, even with the whole promo thing, fam. I think. Do you know what it is? I don't know. Maybe you guys want to agree with me. Maybe go in it. But I feel like the hardest thing in wrestling, is actually to speak. You could be you could be an amazing wrestler, but speaking is bro.
That's why there's not so
because
many.
you can't.
Because
You
there's a
can't.
small number. There's a great number of great wrestlers.
That's
There's a small
why.
number of.
You might need a manager. Umaga couldn't speak, but because he had a strong.
No, but that's different. That's what I want to get to. That's what I want to get to. That's what I can actually speak. Let me. I didn't land. So that's what I was gonna say is that, bro, deep it. These wrestlers are playing characters themselves. They can even have the same. They can be Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he's also playing a character. So he has to learn how to speak within that character, and that's a skill. That's a big skill. That's a big skill. Imagine, okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin that you see on thingy. This one, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's not the same Stone Cold Steve Austin that we saw in 1997 and the years that he
got
think.
presence.
He's still got presence, but it's different though.
I remember
it's different.
Absolutely.
But then I'm sure he's taken. Sorry to interrupt.
Unless
I'm
it's
sure
New
the
Jack-
thing
New
is,
Jack-
but with a lot of these wrestlers, like I said, a lot of wrestlers have taken it upon themselves to like, you know what? I'm
me
not
go
the greatest
practice.
speaker. Let me go and practice. Let me go to acting school. Let me do monologues. Let me try different things. So that way they can. It's like going gym and lifting.
Who would you say is a perfect example of? Forget Roman. That's the easy one. That's gone. That's basically was a dead talker, but over the years had literally captivated you.
The Rock. The Rock.
Drew
Rock was always good though.
I would say Drew. I would say Drew. I would say Drew.
In this era,
He's got presence from the Thunderdome era. The Thunderdome era.
Wait.
Drew was talking the things.
I'm gonna explain something to you after. I'm gonna show you something.
I would say I'll jump on what Lap said there with Drew McIntyre because I think he never got the chance. But he was doing it from way back in the Indies, and when he during the Thunderdome era when it was like promo wise, like I still remember there was one when he was beefing Randy Orton. I think it was before SummerSlam, and he was on the ramp and he was talking to him, and I was
hit you still.
He's not the greatest speaker, but you can definitely see.
and you can be engaged.
I was gonna say AJ Styles. He was never the greatest speaker.
Absolutely.
But as time went on, bro, he's improved a lot. Like,
And he's my favorite wrestler.
He's not great.
No, but he's my favorite wrestler. But since he came to WWE, he's got presence because he knew the assignment. You know, he's a great wrestler. Like I feel like
Randy wouldn't even agree though.
because AJ.
Randy said it on his
He wouldn't agree.
podcast or Stone Cold's podcast.
Just very quickly,
Let me come off
very
you.
quickly. Because AJ is my favorite wrestler, as you know. And I can still admit, during TNA times, he wasn't banging like that. But Fortune times, and when he came back, when he started growing his hair, and then when he came to WWE, he understood the assignment. I'm one of the greatest wrestlers. I could have great matches, but what am I missing? And he was like, promos. When he came, when he was a heel in 2016, he was carrying it. And he knew. And that's why people say he's a star now, because he's completed the entire package.
Do you know?
That's someone who capitalized on his opportunity.
No. But do you know? I think also somebody like we're talking about people who've come in like who've done their homework. But I feel like there's some people like, for example, like a Kevin Owens. Yeah, Kevin Owens is like Kevin Owens is so cold.
He's always been solid.
Bruv, he is no. Because Kevin Owens, bruv. Remember the feud we see? Kevin Owens came and spoke to Cena. Yeah. He came in and talked and then backed it up in the ring. And that's why
Kevin Owens really fun stuff. Kevin Owens
can
been speaking.
You know what? Kevin Owens.
What the feud with El Generico?
Kevin Owens is probably one of the greatest speakers of this generation. This guy can go head to head with CM Punk and MJF. I believe so.
No, he can.
I believe so. He's that good.
And that's why sometimes I get annoyed with his positioning. That's why sometimes I get annoyed with his positioning because.
I just got pard. I don't know if I got pard.
But that's why Sam thought it was Jimmy trying to give him a high five.
But that's why I get annoyed with sometimes with people like a Kevin Owens, like a Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn, in terms of like a character, but Sami Zayn was an amazing babyface, and he came in cutting promos, doing so. That's why Sami Zayn can't be compared to like a Ricochet or and them.
I think you can even say Daniel Bryan though. You can say Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's always been a good speaker.
But in terms of like, I didn't think I always knew that as well. But in terms of like carrying us, like the Kofi story, how he carried it, the whole thing, Eagle Warrior.
That's when I understood Daniel Bryan.
The character building was
yeah.
But I feel like
you understood the assignment.
Remind me to talk to you about the Rock.
Yes.
So I'm going to wrap up. Basically, the point I was making is that I agree with you lot saying that a lot of these guys need to do their homework, but I feel disheartened when I see certain guys who've done their homework not get appreciated for doing their homework. One of them is Kevin Owens.
Okay.
And one of them is Ali.
Ali.
But I do have to remind you guys, and again, this is not. I know Kevin Owens from Kevin Steen and the El Generico stuff in Ring of Honor. I know he was great in NXT and everything, and I know he even had a good start with John Cena. When he became Universal Champion, Jericho, he was with Jericho. Jericho was the star of that duo.
That doesn't take away from Kevin Owens.
I know.
You have to also remember Kevin's character was a cowardice heel. As opposed to like, I'm not too sure what he's doing now, but I'm sure it's very different to his NXT character, where it was more of a bully.
Owens is a bit heelish faceless right now. It's a funny one.
And I'm aware of that. But again, you just got to think about this from Vince McMahon's perspective. I don't remember one quote, one dialogue, one match, one promo Kevin Owens did as the Universal Champion, but I remember the list. Maybe Jericho's just more inventive.
Festival of Friendship.
But that's even Jericho, you know?
But it was support.
Jericho carried it a lot.
And this is what I'm saying. Kevin
had
had the opportunity. He unfortunately, and again, I feel like when I say these things, it's their fault. You might think, I personally dislike them, or I'm glad that they didn't take advantage of it. That's not what the case is. However, you have to call a spade a spade. Like Kevin Owens was 6-month champ.
No, but
and
the same...
AJ was. Sorry, I was just gonna say AJ was a champ on SmackDown. The same time Kevin Owens was a champ on SmackDown.
And I understood
who
more
was
AJ,
rocking and who wasn't.
I hear you. No, but
AJ
did Kevin get an opportunity? But the problem, because the thing is, remember the build was at the time as well. It was Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, right? They should have went to WrestleMania and had that match for the title.
But why, if it wasn't working when Kevin was the champ?
No, it was working. Do you know how over that feud was? Like that,
Kevin was over.
No, the feud was
over.
No.
Kevin Owens and
that was over. Goldberg, obviously, Goldberg tax. That's why it changed.
And the thing is, because you're saying, he didn't have the opportunity. But then when you have an over feud with a champion and you don't let the champion finish his feud, how is he being given the opportunity? No, but because remember, he was champion. The build was clearly Jericho Owens WrestleMania. Finish it. They didn't finish it, so it's like you cut because they took the title, they gave it to Goldberg, and they de-emphasized the feud. So you cut the feud like short, and you don't allow the feud to flourish the way it's supposed to. Then you blame the wrestler for being like, it didn't get in heat because they cut the feud's momentum.
No, but
that's a regular occurrence.
They cut the feud's momentum.
I don't think the Universal Championship made that rivalry. They were best friends.
Yeah.
They were tag team partners. Could have been tag. I don't think they were tag champs, but they were the best of friends for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then Chris Jericho gets betrayed by Kevin Owens. That's the story.
Yeah.
And Chris Jericho helped Kevin Owens become Universal Champion. The Universal Championship is almost a MacGuffin. It's just something that it's just there to help emphasize their friendship.
But it gives the match more.
And even also the story of Kevin of how he treats his best friends. Like, bro, it's
exactly.
Long-term storytelling.
But I feel like, but
load it.
But the universe, even though the feud's not about the Universal title, it adds another layer to the feud. Do you know what I'm saying? It's another. If you have, for example, if you have a meal, you have this, you have that. You know what I'm saying? Why take away the sides if they're already there? Yeah. Why are you taking away things that don't need to be taken away? It's there. It's like, bro.
But Goldberg and Lesnar needed it way more.
No, I don't agree. Because
Goldberg needed the what?
Goldberg and Lesnar needed the title.
No.
No.
They need it. Let's be honest. Wait. Let me land.
It makes a lot of sense.
Let me land though.
The thing is, it makes sense.
No. Go on.
Can I go next?
Let's look at both of them. Yeah. Obviously, we look at all four people. The two stars out of those two is Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. You can put them on a marquee, and it's gonna sell. Whereas it still would sell if it was Kevin Owens and Jericho. But with the long-term storytelling, it was a thing of where Kevin Owens cherished that so much, so him losing it, it's just like you want to see it. And I think what happened with that storyline, it still could have ran without the Universal Championship, but it was de-emphasized.
Do you mean
without
Goldberg
it.
and Brock?
What's that?
Do you mean Goldberg? Oh,
No. Let me just land. With Kevin Owens and Jericho, because think about it, it was de-emphasized, the title was gone, and it was the second match of WrestleMania. So by the time it came and went, you didn't feel like, this is the big match that's gonna happen. It was like, it's the second match. Whereas with Goldberg and
was that WrestleMania?
Yeah,
WrestleMania 33.
Swear I thought it was SummerSlam.
No, 33.
Did they have a match at SummerSlam though?
No, they started tagging at SummerSlam 2016, and then.
What are we talking about? They tagged at SummerSlam.
No, Goldberg hasn't never
okay,
tagged.
No, wait. I'm not talking about Goldberg. I'm talking about Kevin Owens and Jericho. They tagged.
SummerSlam.
Yeah. But with Goldberg, because think about it, the first original Goldberg Lesnar match was WrestleMania. There was no title on the line. It was two titans going against each other. Yeah, wait. Hold on. Let me land.
Say what I'm gonna think. Say what I'm thinking, please. Say what I'm thinking, please.
As much as the match didn't deliver, it was blockbuster.
Yeah.
People was ready to watch it. So what we didn't think, as much as that match wasn't good, we didn't think, you know what it needs is a title.
Thank you.
Even because think about it, because one match I can say, I had never had a title, The Rock, Hogan. didn't need a title, bigger than the title.
Yeah, facts.
Undertaker, Shawn, bigger than the title, didn't need a title. As much as it let me land, it would still be important and it still would make sense. But there's certain man who either is bigger than the title or their feud, or the fact that these two people are finally going at it means even more. That a title is just something that's a prop. You know what I'm saying?
You know what is?
No. You was next. You was next.
No, do you know what's perfect about what you said there?
Oh
yeah, we need to close the podcast to do it. But yeah, first, it's perfect what you said. Bro, they didn't even need the title. They got the rivalry already there. Goldberg Lesnar already lost at WrestleMania 20. He needs revenge.
And he was Brock Lesnar 16. Lost in a minute. He's like, all right.
He needs revenge. It's time to go.
I just feel, following from that WrestleMania 20 match,
you said what I had to say anyway.
It was fucking shit to the point Austin had to stung on both of them, bro.
Yeah. No, but it was a spectacle.
For me, maybe as an inside wrestling
no.
fan, I'm thinking, I don't want to see this again, bruv. You know what? A little 2-minute match between. I'd rather
this guy's
put the title to make me think of something. Because
I hear what you're saying.
Because Owens and Jericho.
I don't hear it.
You don't need the title. I hear what he's saying in terms of like he doesn't care about Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg to the point where for me to actually matter, there needs to be a title. That's what I hear him. No, I'm just going based on what he's saying is
I'm agreeing with him.
For him to care for that match, a title needs to be there.
For you to care about the match, a title needs to be there.
For him to care about that match, a title needs to be there.
100%.
No, hear him. No, hear what Blacks is saying. Sorry, bro. Hear what Blacks is trying to say. Blacks trying to say the WrestleMania 20 match was shit. Them fighting again, I do not care. Yeah. But the only reason for me to watch this match is that there's a title.
Can I say something?
That's what I'm trying to say. Let Jimmy go quickly.
Maybe like we can agree to disagree of which rivalry needed the title more. However, one thing that we need to understand is in that time, the Universal Championship was not seen as important. So that Universal title needed to be assigned to the biggest Raw rivalry because that title was not. Remember, they booed the title at SummerSlam 2016. They called it a joke title. No one took it seriously. That title needed to be in the biggest rivalry. And you made the point of Rock and Hogan being bigger than the
Triple H.
Jericho hates that. Jericho was like, we shouldn't have even main evented. We shouldn't have even done it because Rock and Hogan is the biggest match. But with an undisputed championship, it's like, okay, but that's an undisputed championship match. That's got 50 years of lineage. But a Universal title, that's what, 8 months old. It's not going to be taken seriously if the fifth or sixth biggest rivalry is with the Universal Championship, they won't take it seriously. But Goldberg came back from 12 years to win that title. Brock Lesnar don't show up.
Okay, I want to finish now, Joe.
Chris Jericho said they should have main evented with Kevin Owens.
What I would say, because I hear what you're saying back as well. For you to care, you need to see like what the stakes are. And I feel like most people did think that, but but even the whole story, even if you take the story without the championship, as Jimmy just said, after 12 years, as much as it would be for a championship, after 12 years he's come back and he's beaten a guy who's come from UFC and has murked it. So now it's like, you know what? This guy's come back and he's on top form. That could still, do you know what I'm saying?
You know what, you're right, because Survivor Series did it and I was in.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was pissed, but I was invested. I was like, how did that happen? Big Brock, losing in a minute.
I'll say this is my final point, yeah. The reason why, I believe Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho should have had the title. Because titles are supposed to establish people, right? You have somebody new in Kevin Owens who's it's their first title reign, it's their first major title reign. Brock and Goldberg, I understand why you didn't like the first match, but Brock and Goldberg are such stars to where they will draw regardless.
I don't understand why they don't understand that.
Let me land. He's right.
Brock and Lesnar. Let me tell you. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg will draw regardless, and you have a fresh new
magic word. You have a draw and ratings. He's right. He's right. Let me tell you why.
Let him land. We're gonna close it off.
With Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, you have an opportunity to, with a new champion, a new character, somebody who's never been in this position before. They would, somebody like a Kevin Owens who's new to the fans would need something to give their match a little bit of. Do you know what I'm saying?
Kevin Owens and Jericho,
but that seasoning has already been implanted from the rivalry which you've previously seen before.
Would Kevin Owens
from the rivalry from the whole story which you've seen before, the new fans have already seen they've seen the relationship.
But I'm talking about Kevin Owens. Like Kevin Owens would incentivize him to have something going into WrestleMania, so it gives him bigger. Do you know what I'm saying? But Brock Lesnar,
man smashed Donny through a TV screen. Isn't that enough to say, all right, let's go?
But he's a new character. chat.
What does that mean?
What does that
No,
mean?
It's more personal.
It's
more personal.
No,
I'm saying it's more personal. The whole relationship.
wait,
And for man to smash man through a TV screen.
Wait. But okay, wait. The Dolly Boy's done it every week, so does that mean everything's personal?
No,
come on, man.
No,
Boys betray each
but
other,
Sam,
They were best friends.
the original point I want you to land on is Goldberg and Brock Lesnar will draw regardless.
Go back to Brock Lesnar, bro.
Bruv.
No, Sam, you're just saying it because you don't like them. You didn't
No,
care. You didn't care.
regardless.
What do you think, Sam?
Regardless.
I care.
I need to film more business. I need to film more
Very
business.
close, sorry, bro. You finish off, bro.
Okay,
Imagine you haven't watched wrestling for years, but the last time you watched wrestling, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar left.
Yeah, you're right.
You've now got a notification. Oh, SummerSlam this week, main event, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar.
That literally with my older
You're gonna
brother.
watch. You're
Gonna watch it.
You're getting
So,
time.
and then you're a lapsed wrestling fan. You're a lapsed wrestling fan. You just see names on the paper, right? You're a lapsed wrestling fan. You see a card. You see Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Kevin Owens, Jericho. Who's this Kevin Owens guy? Oh, he's champion. Okay, I'm gonna watch.
Watch it.
No. You ain't
Yeah.
you
They
ain't
would. Bro, I don't. Wait, who that do? Who that do? I don't have that Rio. I don't have that Rio.
No.
I don't do Rio.
The thing is,
Let me tell you something. Also, no.
So I'm gonna land. So the thing is, I'm not saying
Jimmy's right.
what.
They need to tell me.
Wrestling fans don't care. I'll be real.
They do care.
No, but I'm saying
you do that because you're you're a wrestling podcaster. You're
No.
Tokyo
Bro,
Dome
No,
matches.
I think people look at it like,
I'll
wow,
say,
who's
bro.
this Kevin Owens guy? Is he champion? Okay, cool. But
yeah,
I'm not
bro.
watching for that.
Listen,
I'm
Bro,
watching
let me say
for-
something, yeah. So.
Jimmy might be right, man.
No, let me, Jimmy.
I think Jimmy is very right, to be
Sorry,
honest with you.
bro. No, but it's not right because I got proof. When I didn't watch wrestling for time, and you came to my house and I first saw Kevin Owens, what did you say to me? I said, "Who's this guy?" I thought he's French. He's like, "No, he's not French. This guy used to wrestle Ring of Honor. This guy's NXT champion. This guy." I was like, "Oh shit, let me look into him and see what this guy's about." Bro, I've not.
Again,
My main point is just Brock Lesnar and Goldberg don't need nothing. They don't need nothing.
Okay,
That's my main point.
and I do think you're right, but I'm saying the universe.
Okay,
wait.
Driz, when Jimmy talks about
go on,
Universal
go on,
title,
go on, go on,
if it was just WWE title, then I think what Jimmy's trying to say is that the fact that the Universal title wasn't established at that point, if it was a WWE championship that Kevin Owens had, then it would more have been a thing of like they don't need the title.
Yeah.
But obviously because of the Universal title, as much as I didn't really care whether they had the title or not, I would have wanted Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho to have the match.
Yeah, like it's a personal thing.
That's more
Yeah,
so
and
what
you
he's
have
trying
to
to
remember
point.
as well, yeah.
You just think it's the right words. That's
Not
all.
everyone.
I got you, bro.
Not everyone.
Only for today, though.
Not everyone.
After today, I'm up.
Never remember, like, not everyone looks at wrestling the way we do. Like, we'll probably sit through the whole event, review the whole event, do whatever. Yeah. If I'm watching a 5-hour WrestleMania and I see Kevin Owens and he's the Universal Champion, and I see Jericho, and again, not to be like insulting or anything, but off a visual, it doesn't look like the baddest wrestler on the block. Yeah. Off of that, I might just tune out low key, just because I don't know. And now I've tuned out of a Universal Championship match, and that's gonna be later on in the card when people are more tired. Listen to the crowd when AJ and Nakamura have their match. It's like 11 matches in, they're gassed out. Listen to that same crowd in the opening match with Balor, Miz, Rollins. They're on fire. So Owens and Jericho would have had that responsibility with a dead title that no one cared about. With Goldberg and Lesnar probably following them, and Goldberg and Lesnar spammed finishers, bro. They were gonna be on their feet for that. And Undertaker and Roman Reigns is the main event. I'm just gonna be waiting for that.
But
they would have won loads.
But I hear
The
you.
expectations would have been too much. Oh, sorry.
But the Goldberg and Lesnar would have been in the card anyway. So whatever stipulation he put on it, you know what I'm saying.
We've won.
No, that's
Mandem, we've won. Reference extra. Oh yeah, catch us, reference extra. But yo, Mandem, been an amazing podcast. I've enjoyed
Why
it.
did everyone turn heel? I thought like everyone switched sides.
No,
You went there.
No, you went
here.
No, it was more sort of like I get both points.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nobody's actually wrong
Yeah,
in
I
this
get what you
conversation.
guys are
Nobody's
saying.
wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like we all won. You know what I mean?
Who?
We all won.
Who won?
Who's
We
we?
all won.
He didn't win.
The winners are sitting diagonally to each other.
We all won, bro. I had the same point as you and had the same point as
But
you.
you're the referee though.
Say no more.
You know what? Goldberg and Brock Lesnar is like Man United. You see them on paper, but they're shit.
What? I know. Okay, Mandem. Let's not do this.
Arsenal for life.
I see.
Cool, Mandem. It's been a lovely episode 97 of the Wrestling Podcast.
Make some noise for 97.
Oh, we're 3 away from 100.
That's mad.
We've got mad surprise coming for you in the 100th episode, by the way, man. Hope you guys like it.
Before we go, let's quickly recommend the match, innit?
Match. Oh,
Any, just recommend any match.
Bro, Backlash 2000, right?
Yeah.
2000 Rock versus Triple H.
Triple H.
Amazing match. Stone Cold comes to save the day with that Superman.
Go that way.
The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania
You said last time,
17. Yeah, that's my favorite match, bro.
But you're
You said that
always
last
gonna
time.
recommend it.
You said that last time. Say something else.
WrestleMania 21, Triple Threat, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Chris Benoit.
That's funny.
20.
20,
You're killing me, man.
21 is same
Lads,
difference,
I
bro.
beg. Go to sleep. Tired.
I don't know.
This guy's gonna say. This guy's gonna say
You know what's so
Kotobushi.
mad? You know what's so mad? Chris Benoit versus William Regal, Velocity, and it was actually a sick match.
I remember.
Oh,
Very good match. Always William Regal. I watch it all the time. Come on, my guy.
This guy's gonna come and say Nakajima versus Kendo or some next name or Walter versus thingy Bret Heyman. I don't know what the match was. But you're gonna say what? Give me the man. I'm waiting for you. Wait, say.
Fuji and Kenta. No, what's it called? Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. 3 Stages of Hell.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm again 2002.
Yeah, that's a good
You going?
I was gonna do a Noah match, but I thought
I know, and of course.
troublemaker.
I'll just say Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania Survivor Series 2018. Classic David Goliath match.
Interesting. This one.
No. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really not, bro.
You're gonna hear me. Pac versus Orange Cassidy, AW Revolution.
Oh, we even chatted
What about Orange Cassidy versus Inoki? What about that match?
Massive Inoki.
Massive Antonio.
And Mojo Inoki.
I'll take it.
He fought William Regal though.
What?
He did fight William
Antonio
Regal.
Inoki.
Come on.
When?
Don't mess with my William Regal. Just watch
Inoki.
it.
Jimmy.
He fought William Regal.
Goldberg versus Raven for the United States Championship.
Oh yeah, that was a good match. Yeah, good match still.
If you just want to just enjoy yourself in it, don't worry about work rate. They do not provide that, but you have a good time.
Trust me. Man knows about
No, I mean Goldberg versus Thingy Raven.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hey, I'm not talking about Inoki versus.
No, Regal, I know, but I'm
I
just
had
saying.
to see it. Where did they fight? Okay, do your thing. We'll do rest.
No, it's calm.
Oh wait, you already did one.
Yeah,
I've
then.
done
Cool.
already. I told you, Regal versus
We have one.
No, Blacks is right. No, Blacks is right. Actually, it happened. Facts is energy. Facts is energy. It happened. Inoki versus Regal.
Hey, I need to meet this guy one day.
It happened.
William Regal
Facts and energy.
merchant or something.
No. By the way, disclaimer: there's no intro today.
I already told you.
This guy's now a heel, full-fledged heel.
What?
Get out.
We love it.
CM Punk.
Malachi Mex, you know.
And he's all black as well.
That miss.
I can't remember what the pay-per-view was, but it was NXT UK Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team Championships.
Was it the ladder match?
It wasn't a ladder match. What's his name? Mark Andrews and Morgan Webster walked out as champions. Fatal 4-Way, very early NXT UK.
Are you sure you should recommend it if you don't remember?
No. This I can't remember who was in it. I can't remember who was in it. But the match banged.
Keywords, isn't it?
The match banged, but I can't remember who was in it. But Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster won it.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out.
Hey, if that match is poo, we're not responsible.
No,
it's a good match.
It's NXT UK.
NXT UK. You've got to give us credibility there. Trust me.
Yo, free away, man, free away. But yeah, Mandem, I've been a Nafi.
I've been laps.
Del boy.
Lucha V.
NK.
Groovy Jimmy.
Rah. Sam Blacks and Groovy Gene, I'll take it. It's a controversial. You're my
Wait. So last, before we go, yeah, go get your wrestling's merch, man. There's new merch. I just uploaded a new t-shirt on there. I basically remixed my VHS Pappy shirt. Go and buy that shirt. Buy the wrestling logo shirt. Send us pictures when you get them, and yeah, we'll catch you later, man.
New merch coming out in January, innit? Like,
innit.
New merch. 20% off Manscaped. You get me? Yeah. Gang.
This is WRESTHINGS.
I want that promo money.
WRESTHINGS, the coolest podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast in the world. By the Mandem, for the Mandem.
Before you go though, Jade Cargill's off Twitter, so you can't even love her no more.
Why?
Electra Lopez, I love you.
Why is she off Twitter?
What's going on? It's Lucha V from the WRESTHINGS podcast, and as a married master man cannot have my things all mad up and mad up. So big up Manscaped, who's hooked us up with the mad thing, because obviously man's doing a lot of work, man's wearing a mask, I'm sweating it out, it gets a bit mad sometimes. So big up the Crop Reviver, fam, because when it's a bit mad downstairs and the spray 1-2 spray, man's nice, man's crisp, wifey's happy, everyone's happy, good time, good life. So, as we say, buy the Mandem for the Mandem, use the code THEMANDEM for 20% off Manscaped. Sort out your balls, and like the thing says, your balls are thank you, fam.
You just got to the end of the podcast, and if you enjoyed what you've listened to, you enjoyed what you watched, you enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.